Voter anger is a huge factor in this year's presidential race, but a new survey this morning finds America's youth is remarkably hopeful.
One that surprised me the most is that 75% of these young people, 18 to 26, think that they're going to do better than their parents. Only 25% of their parents think that their kids are going to do better than them. So obviously one generation is looking at the future completely incorrectly, and I don't know who it is. You have now a situation where they believe that the country is failing, but they're going to succeed. We've not had that situation, and the polling that's been done for the last 50 years, young people's attitudes they've related themselves to where they think the country is going. Now they believe that they're going to be okay, but not necessarily America.
Is it because they believe in themselves?
They absolutely believe in themselves, and they've got different priorities than their parents. Work-life balance matters to these young people. Didn't matter as much. They also truly prioritize personal freedom and opportunity more so than this collectivism. So, and yet they also back Bernie Sanders for president. So there are these contradictions that are going on.
But Frank, what's wrong with a work-life balance?
There's nothing wrong with it, but just don't expect to do as well financially if you're committed to 40 hours a week rather than 65 hours a week.
Whoa.
Two quick questions.
Or 75 hours a week.
Two quick. 120.
You can have work. Okay. It's not a segment about work-life balance. But go ahead, yeah.
Two questions about politics. Number one,
yes.
What politicians do they like and why? And secondly, how influential will they be in this presidential race?
Barack Obama used to be their #1 politician, and now it's Bernie Sanders. He's even done better than Obama. They would vote for Sanders. They would love to have a meal with Bernie Sanders. And their impact is so significant that Hillary Clinton should have been by far the favorite for the Democratic nomination, and she's been having trouble because so many of these 18 to 26-year-olds are choosing Sanders, and they're voting, which also doesn't often happen. Young people were turned on by Barack Obama. This is the third straight election where the Republicans have to look and say, what went wrong that we get so few of these first and second time voters?
So what do they think of Donald Trump?
Trump is no Republican. Not Trump, not Rubio. No Republican is on their radar screen right now. And by the way, social media has taken over as the way that they get their news and information, which to me is a little bit frightening because there's no accountability. If there's something wrong here,
And so will they vote is the final question.
they'll absolutely vote. And this Snapchat generation, and I call it that because everyone in this generation is on Snapchat, and the people coming up, think of what Snapchat is. It's a chance to communicate, but it's a chance to do so at the moment, at that time, and then everything disappears. That is almost what these young people are like.
Why do they like Bernie so much?
Because they hate business. They hate bankers. The most hated profession among 18 to 26-year-olds are bankers. And I know a lot of them watch, so hopefully they turned off before we got to this part. And the #1 complaint they have about America today is that there's too much corruption.
And the #1 issue they were concerned about was income inequality.
Inequality. So what does this sound like? It
But
sounds
they
just
also
like a
say they're
Sanders
going to be
campaign.
It sounds like
successful.
they connect the two, corruption and income inequality.
And so this is the generation that rejects capitalism. In fact, the most interesting finding is that 58% believe that socialism is the most compassionate form of economics, and less than 40% choose capitalism. I'm in deep trouble.
So what's their definition of success for themselves?
Financial success, personal success. It's the idea that they can get what they want, that they can achieve what their objectives are, and the only thing they think that's holding them back is business, is the economy, is capitalism. This is a very radically different generation than what came before it.
And they should visit some other countries.
Yes, but and their parents will undoubtedly pay for those visits.
All right, thank you, Frank. Did you like them?
No, they're not my favorite generation. I actually like their parents more than I like them.
And they speak so highly of you, Mr. Luntz.
I know they feel
Thank
the
you so
same way.
much.
Well, I
Thank
make
you.
them call me Dr. Luntz, so
There
that's
you
how I
go.
get even.
Thank you, Dr. Luntz, for joining us this morning at the table.
Thank you.